The office snitch planted fake evidence to get 3 people fired, so I gave her a real reason to clean out her desk. Diane lived to snitch on everyone in our accounting department. She reported Kevin for taking an 11-minute break instead of 10. She filed a complaint because Michelle used the bathroom twice in 1 hour. She wrote up Robert because his computer went idle for 15 minutes while he helped a customer. The worst part was how she did it with this satisfied little smile. Kevin got written up even though he'd worked through lunch the day before. Michelle had morning sickness but couldn't tell anyone about her pregnancy yet. Robert was literally doing his job helping a lost customer, but Diane only saw the idle screen. She kept this little notebook where she wrote down every tiny thing people did wrong with times and names. I saw it once when she left it on her desk. The pages had stuff like Janet 902 arrival and Tom personal call 247 to 252 written down for weeks. Diane spent half her day walking around looking for things to report. She'd walk by our desks pretending to water the fake plants nobody asked her to water. She'd hang around near the break room timing people's breaks while pretending to text. She even stood by the bathroom once with an actual spreadsheet. Her boyfriend Gary from HR treated every report like it was super important and needed to be dealt with right away. The printer was broken for 2 months, but Gary had time to investigate Tom's bathroom breaks. 3 people quit that year and said the constant watching was why they left. Nothing ever changed because Diane and Gary protected each other. I knew I'd be next after Diane caught me coming in 3 minutes late. She wrote it down in her notebook with that satisfied smile. Everything changed when I went back for my phone after work. I caught Diane at Michelle's computer taking photos of the screen. I hid and watched her go to 3 more computers, typing and taking pictures. She was planting fake evidence. The next morning proved it. Robert got written up for looking at sports websites he never visited. Michelle got in trouble for personal emails she didn't send. Kevin got reported for online shopping when he was in meetings. All the times matched when Diane had been at their computers. I couldn't prove what I'd seen. Diane had her boyfriend Gary in HR protecting her, but seeing Robert get put on probation for something he didn't do was it for me. Someone had to stop her before she ruined more people's jobs. I started paying attention to what Diane actually did at work besides snitching on people. Her job was processing invoices, but she maybe did 5 a day. The rest just sat there while she walked around playing office cop. Vendors started calling about late payments, but Diane kept saying she was too busy. My friend Alex from IT showed me how to pull productivity reports from our system. Diane's reports showed hours of nothing with random bursts of clicking. These bursts happened right when other people's supposed rule breaking occurred. The pattern was too obvious to be random. Then I remembered our office had security cameras that saved to the cloud for 30 days. My buddy Carl from maintenance said they kept the footage, but nobody ever looked at it unless something got stolen. I asked Carl to pull the footage from the night I saw Diane. Over the next 2 weeks, I put together everything in a folder. Diane's productivity reports showed she worked maybe 3 hours a day. The invoice backlog had grown from dozens to hundreds. Vendors were pissed and some said they'd stop working with us. But the real proof was the security footage Carl helped me get. The times were perfect and impossible to argue with. The footage showed Diane at Michelle's computer at 6:47 p.m. typing and taking pictures. It showed her at Robert's desk at 6:52 p.m. doing the same thing. It showed her at Kevin's computer at 6:58 p.m. creating the fake evidence. The next morning's HR reports matched those exact times. I skipped Gary completely and went straight to our accounting manager and the head of HR. They called in facilities to make sure the security footage was real. Then IT confirmed the login weirdness and found Diane had been using admin access. Gary had given her these passwords months ago without asking anyone. The meeting was amazing to watch. Diane walked in with her usual smug smile. The smile disappeared when she saw the bosses and security footage on the screen. She tried saying she was checking for security problems but couldn't explain the typing. The footage clearly showed her creating Robert's fake browsing history at 6:52 p.m. Gary rushed in trying to defend her but went white when they asked about the passwords. Diane actually tried to blame me for setting her up. The footage said everything that needed to be said. Diane and Gary got fired for gross misconduct. It found 18 months of fake reports affecting dozens of employees. Robert, Michelle, and Kevin got their records cleared. The invoice backlog disappeared once real workers took over. Diane tried to get unemployment but got denied.